I made a quick, easy jig to hold grow bags while you fill them up. That can be a pain to try to fill up a collapsible bag when with dirt, with potting soil. I'm grow bagging everything this year, and I'll tell you in another video why I'm doing that, and show you my grow bags and stuff. But this is just something quick I made. Let me. That's how it fits in there. I've got some screws sticking here on top. These bags typically, hopefully, be able to do this one hand. Typically have these holes in them, and I just on the outside hole, I just hook on that. It opens it up nicely, and as you can see, and it's easy to shovel in there, and I'll show you that in just a second. The bags that I have, I got off eBay. They are, I'm trying to reach for stuff here, sorry. And the reason I'm not doing this outside is it is windy, and you wouldn't be able to hear a word I said. So, these bags are smaller than the bags you're going to get at Walmart. These are 11 inches wide. The bottom is about 7 inches. Okay. And it's about 12 inches tall. So the ones that Walmart sell for 50 cents a piece are are quite a bit bigger. They're 5. I think Larry Hall says they're 5 gallons. These will, if that's the case, then these are probably 3 gallons. They are not made of as stout material as the ones that you would buy from Walmart right now, unless Walmart's changed. Now they may have gone to all these. I don't know, but I bought 3 last year at Walmart, and not trying to do a commercial for them, so I bought 3 of them last year at Walmart, and they're bigger than this. They're heavier than this. That polypropylene, I believe it is. But whatever the material is, it's just this is a lot thinner. I don't know that these bags are going to last over a year. Larry Howell says the other bags will last 2 to 3 years, I think, if I remember right. So I don't think these will, but I got a deal on them. I got 120 of them on eBay for, I think it was $15 plus $20 shipping. It wound up being maybe $10 plus $20 shipping. So it wound up being somewhere between 30 and $35 if I remember right. And I bought them last year. So not bad for 120 of them. So let me just show you how this works. Let me just take this bag off first and show you how I made this. And it's just very, very simple. I just made a square, and I measured the base of the bag, the base of the bag, and made a square. Basically, that was just a little bit bigger, not much, but a little bit bigger than the base of the bag. The bag is gonna, as it hangs there full of soil, the bag is gonna be resting on the ground, not on these cross members, not on the wood, but on the ground. So so I did my measurements. Again, I'm not gonna necessarily tell you the measurements because the bags you buy could very likely be different. But made my square, and then I just simply I made some uprights, put a couple of screws in them. You know, they wiggle and everything, but you kind of want that. And these uprights are about the height of that bag, plus the holes. So you got your top of the bag is right here, but your holes are up a couple of inches. So we just take the bag, set it down in the middle, open it up. I go on the outside. This one has 2 holes in each side. I go on the outside hole. If you made yours a little narrower, you could probably go with the inside hole. And again, they spring in, but that's a good thing. And it's, you know, once it's done, I'll probably throw this away. I might keep it, who knows. And you hook all 4 sides on that like that. Then you fill her up. Again, I normally wouldn't do this in my barn, but it is Very windy out there. You might can hear the wind, but it's not going to mess with the microphone. I guess one good thing about messy, that's why I didn't want to do it in here. One good thing about I don't even know what I was going to say. One good thing about these bags being a little smaller than the typical Walmart bag, is it doesn't take quite as much potting soil to fill these puppies up. Potting soil is not cheap. I'll show you in just a second. I'll show you the potting soil that I use. And this is my first year to do any significant planting in containers, and specifically in grow bags. And Larry Hall has almost like a cult following of people that do this, and with some marvelous success. So I'm trying this year for a reason. I'm letting all my land lie fallow this year, so that's why I'm going with grow bags. Nothing in the ground this year. I'll tell you why in another video. It's pretty interesting. But anyway, fill that dude up. I'll fill another one up, show you that, and then we'll be done again. Hook it on the screws that are sticking up. I think I showed you these screws that are sticking up. Hook it on those. It flexes in as you're hooking it up. And then it opens it up so nice. You know, considering that it took me maybe 15 minutes to build that jig. Wow, that has saved a lot of time and frustration trying to fill it up. This collapsible bag that's on the ground, you're trying to throw soil in it with one hand and hold it open with the other hand, and man. So I put it in there about 3/4 way up, then I just kind of pack it down with the shovel, and then I fill it up the rest of the way. And don't go away, because I'm going to show you how I label them. I think it's pretty cool. Okay, you got the idea. Putting dirt in the bag. Not brain surgery. I'm putting dirt in the bag. Alright? Alright, now let me show you how I label it. Pretty cool. Okay, I showed you in another video about using the old mini blinds, Venetian blinds, mini blinds, whatever they call. And this is I think about a 30-inch one. And I've cut them up. And right on there in something that's going to stay, I use an ink pen. I'll use a paint pen. I'll put a link to paint pens underneath. If I'm writing on a black bucket, such as for blackberry, stuff like that, that I plant in a black pot, I'll use a white paint pen. If not, I'll use the black. So I do this, I write on there what it is, and then let me show you what's next. I take a stapler. Kind of hard to do it from this angle, but I'm trying to make it where you can see, and I staple it to it. Okay? So when this bag comes out, and I'll just go ahead and show you that. When this bag comes out, it sits on the ground, and it's like that. Now what I'll do, what I did yesterday, is fold these down like this, especially if I'm planting seed, because I want the seed to get all the sun it can on top. I folded these down, and I just put a clothespin right there on each side. Okay? So let me show you the final product. Okay, so these things are cheap. Clothespins are. At least the cheap ones are. There are probably some good ones. Fold it down where you've got several layers there. You've got the handle. The handle is a double layer. Fold it down where the handle and the side of the bag, and then I just do one more fold in it, and do like that. And then I'll plant what I want. Now, Larry Hall says to put fertilizer all the way around it. Now, he did it in a cup, in a 5-gallon bag, and he did a cup of fertilizer. So I'm doing about the same thing, but I'm not quite a cup. I'm going around the outside of the bag. I'm kind of letting it go down, down to the side of the bag. In other words, kind of pushing it in, letting it go down here. And then I'm covering it up with soil, with some more potting soil. So I put about 3/4, maybe a cup of triple 13 all the way around the edges. Then come in here with some soil and cover that up. Cover the fertilizer up. You do not want the fertilizer exposed. Make sure you've covered all that up. And then I'll plant my seeds or my plants, my starts, whatever, in the middle. I'm doing I think my cucumbers, I did 3 holes of cucumbers in here. And I think with the amount of dirt in that bag, there's going to be plenty of room for roots and such. I did 1 tomato, 1 pepper, things like that, the bigger plants. But anyway, that's it. And I just wanted to show you the little jig and show that you too can while away your frustration of trying to fill up a grow bag by building something that simple. Just think, you can do it. If you don't know what I'm talking about with the grow bag thing, I'm not going to have much information right now. Larry Hall's got plenty. Go to Larry Hall's channel, and I'll put a link to it underneath. Also, huge following on the grow bag, amazing grow bag. I think it's called the Amazing Grow Bag System. But anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing watermelons right now. Jubilee, and I've got just about everything planted. Let me just take you out there real quick. It's too windy to go out there, but I can show it to you. So, if I step out here, it's going to be windy. So let me just step back in the barn. And that is what I've got so far. Smaller garden this year, but I've got tomato cages on this first row here. I had enough tomato cages to plant the whole first row, which is tomatoes and peppers. The second row, as you can see back there, maybe you can see, I've got that those limbs that I cut, showed you. I've got those in a little teepee A-frame for cucumbers, and I've got another. I need to make 2 or 3 more of those. I think my son-in-law is going to take some home with him for pole beans. But I'll probably have 2 rows, maybe not quite. I've started that second row back there, obviously, and I'll do something, and then I'll show you what I'm doing, show you how well they're doing. I just started planting seeds yesterday. I had the tomato plants and pepper plants in a couple of days ago. So just want to show you this, and I know I've talked too long, but make your little old doodad, a little jig, if you're going to fill up grow bags. Too easy to make, saves you a lot of time and frustration. That's what this video is all about. It wasn't about all these blue dots out in my backyard. But I've got them. Somebody flies over, they're going to say, what the heck is that? But that's okay. We're gone.